As the carriage crept along crowded West End streets, Julia Addison's anticipation grew, until the butterflies dancing and fluttering inside her might have been mistaken for a herd of dashing, leaping stags. Tonight marked the official start of her second London season. But it wasn't a ball or a rout or a dinner party that had set her 19-year-old heart racing. That part of the season was yet to come, and nothing she, as a lady's companion, was likely to participate in. What marked the true beginning of the season in Julia's mind wasn't even the opening of Parliament. It was the fresh bill of operas and ballets and, most important of all, plays to be performed each autumn and winter at the Theatre Royal, Covent Garden. This year to be observed from Mrs. Mildred Hayes' reserved box on the second tier, overlooking stage left. Mrs. Hayes sat on the carriage's forward-facing seat, the tip of her cane planted on the floor between her feet, both hands resting on its polished silver handle, her relaxed body swaying easily with the vehicle's desultory progress. Her eyes were closed. Julia marvelled that anyone could sleep at a time like this. The noise surrounding them was terrific. The clatter of hooves and harness, the rattle of iron-rimmed wheels over cobblestones, men, women, and children along the pavements hawking goods and services, ranging from the practical to the profane, and the shouted oaths of carriage drivers, occasionally including their own. As she peered out the window, a sedan chair hurried by, easily threading its way through the snarl of traffic. Julia envied its occupant. No matter how burly the men hoisting the poles, Mrs. Hayes could never consent to put her trust in such a contraption. So they lumbered through the crowded streets in Mrs. Hayes' old-fashioned barouche, travelling at a snail's pace, even as the minutes flew by. They would be late. At 6:30, the curtains would rise on the celebrated Mrs. Siddons, acting the part of Desdemona in Othello, and Julia might as well be back in the little stone rectory in Oxfordshire, where she'd grown up, for all she would see of it. No, there! The head of Bow Street, just visible in the distance. If she hopped down now, she wouldn't even need to signal the driver to stop.